What's your opinion on Hugo Ekitike? See what I've done? I've only learned how to pronounce his name. Watch us not sign him. Do you think a deal is possible, or is it Chelsea? If not him, who do you think we could realistically sign? Well, one thing I feel quite comfortable with, and don't agree with the Echo and a lot of stuff, but I'll agree with them on this. I don't see Liverpool paying that money. If it is £85 million or €100 million for Hugo Ekitike, Liverpool aren't paying that. Simple as that. Chelsea, maybe, I don't know. Is he a target of ours? I don't know the answer to it. You know, he's been reported by journalists to be. I don't have any information on the centre forward, so I don't know. But I feel very confident that we're not paying that money because he's not worth it. He may be worth it, but he's not now. So if I'm Liverpool, I'm looking around. I'd rather throw another 20 million on or 50 million on and really make a play for Julian Alvarez. Like, there's £100 million. It would make more sense to me. So Ekitike, I don't know, mate. I don't know. But I know that Liverpool won't pay €100 million for him. Not a chance. Not a chance that's happening. It's just that we're not going to do that. So I'm not saying there isn't a chance Liverpool could sign him at a different price point. But I'm telling you, we're not going to pay £100 million for him, or euro even. Petter said, Craig, where do you think Ekitike ends up? Don't know. But I know this, Petter. I don't think either of our clubs, you're a Chelsea fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, I don't think either of our clubs should be spending €100 million on him because I don't think he's a €100 million player, but I've no idea where he ends up. Your guess is as good as mine. Petter said, ridiculous price, he does look like a decent player. Oh, look, absolutely. He's improved since he's gone there. PSG move didn't work out for him. Do you know what's an interesting one? What does everyone think of the whole links to Gonzalo Ramos from PSG? Because they're definitely selling him. You know, that's been put out there today from even the French side. Sam Maguire said that Liverpool are keeping tabs on him as a potential option. I've kind of been on the fence on it because I remember him at Benfica doing bits, like putting up numbers and doing really well in that Benfica team. And then he went to PSG and I thought, okay, let's see how this goes. But never really fully established himself through the middle there under Luis Enrique, and Dembele or Doué seem to be more central when I've watched. So, or even Barcola on occasion. So what do we think about him? Would we be all right with the possibility of him for the right number, or do we just think it's meh? Craig, why don't we sign Jonathan David on a free from Lille? So he was initially rumoured to be looking at a move to Napoli, and I think his wage demands or something like that put Napoli off that deal. And other than that, it's been really, really quiet around Jonathan David, at least from what I've seen. All I'll say to you, Sonny, is Liverpool know he's out there. Liverpool know his contract with Lille is up at the end of June. So I'm sure they're aware of it being an option. But after that, I don't know. Neil Thompson, hello Craig. Ramos, PSG, Liverpool monitoring. Well, there was a report from Anfield Watch the other day. I think it was Sam Maguire who said exactly that. PSG are willing to sell him. That story came out today as well. But what I don't know, and again, I'm going to be honest with you, Neil, I don't know if Liverpool are really interested in him or not. I don't have information for the centre-forward position. So, you know, I would say keep an eye on the likes of Sam Maguire, Ben Bochak as well, and others on that. I couldn't tell you if it's true or not. I'd be a liar. David Massett said, I also think it's time to move Jota on. So do I. Can we vote on that, actually? That could be the first poll of the night. Let's ask this, because this is a question that I definitely want Liverpool to sell Diogo Jota this window. I just do. I've been open about that for a while, but I want to see what you guys think. So should Liverpool sell Jota now? We'll get back to that in a bit. So should Liverpool sell Diogo Jota now? We've had 2,600 votes and 76% of people say yes, Liverpool should sell Diogo Jota now. I've got to say, you all surprised me with that one. I thought that would have been a bit closer to 50-50. I'm definitely in the yes, sell him now camp. I think it will be the right move. Rob Quinn said, I still think Jota is a great sub. Yeah, look, Rob, I'm not going to be displeased if he stays. You know, if he can rediscover the form we know he's capable of, he is a very handy lad to have around. And what I would also say, Rob, is it definitely feels like Arne Slot trusts Diogo Jota. So, you know, I'm not expecting a sale there, but I would sell him personally. Craig, how come so many of the attackers have been linked with moves away? Because they haven't really lived up to the billing, in all honesty. Like, the left-sided players, Diaz, I can't really give you an answer on that other than maybe he is agitating for a move, and maybe Liverpool feel like we could refresh age-wise there. But centrally, let's be honest about it, Jota and Darwin haven't really had a great season, so I can understand the links to them away. Ben Doak, the plan was always to, excuse the phraseology here, but like fatten him up and sell him. As in, give him minutes, build him up, and then sell him on, make a big profit, and there will be. Other ones, it's just a matter of maybe upgrading. So if Elliott moves on, club are going to bring in Wirtz there. So I did promise that gentleman a moment ago. I come back to Malik Fofana, and I'm a man of my word. So this post here from a Lyon account, La Progress Lyon, said, Liverpool have set their sights on Olympic Lyon, winger Malik Fofana as Luis Diaz heads to potential exit. Lyon have a price tag of £67 million, but Liverpool know they need to sell players and might be able to get him for less. So this kid wants to play for Liverpool. We know this because he said it himself. So what would we think about that one? That will be our second poll of the night in a moment. But what do we think if Liverpool did sign Malik Fofana after selling Luis Diaz? Am I going to sit here and profess to be an expert on him? No. But like everybody else, I've watched a few bits and pieces of the highlight reels and he looks good. And I trust the recruitment team that they feel this kid could develop into something really special. Right, so would you be happy with Fofana as a Diaz replacement? We'll leave that run for a while and then we'll come back to it and see what you guys think. He looks like an exciting young player, but, I'd be a liar if I sat here and told you I know everything about him and he's destined to be great. He looks good. Oh, wow. This one's close. So keep your votes coming in. We asked, would you be happy with Malik Fofana as a Luis Diaz replacement? And it's 49-51 at the minute. So your vote matters on this one. SDO said, Gordon would be great. The front three needs raw pace. So there's a poll for you. So would you take Anthony Gordon as a Luis Diaz replacement? So Malik Fofana, you said 54% no, 46% yes. Let's see if Anthony Gordon can change the dial, or if it's just a case of people don't want to get rid of Diaz, because that I totally understand as well. Lucho's a really easy player to like, and I wouldn't be rushing him out the door, but I feel like he's going based off his statement and his girlfriend's statement. Paolo said Diaz was boss last season. Gordon is a sidestep move at best. So I think, excuse me, Paolo, with Anthony Gordon, we're kind of looking at potential as well, aren't we? And the homegrown part. So there are a few aspects that probably tip me into the yes, I take Anthony Gordon's side. If I'm looking at it just purely from a performance-related thing right now, yeah, I'm up in the air. But one, he's a Liverpool fan. I think he'd run through a brick wall for the shirt. Two, he's homegrown, and that will help because we need to fulfill that quota if we want to have the full 25-man squad. And also, I think he's got improvement left in him. What is Anthony Gordon now? 23, 24, something like that? So he has time on his side to fulfill, and I do think a bit more pace as well. So I'm kind of, would he be my ideal one? No, I'd take Nico Williams in a heartbeat, but I think if you offered me a swap for Anthony Gordon and Luis Diaz right now, I think I would probably take Anthony Gordon. Yeah, I think I would. Rafael from Milan. Who was it that was linked with him? Oh, Bayern Munich. That's who it was in my mind. Yeah, Bayern Munich had been linked with Rafael, but even Milan fans will tell you he can be very inconsistent. When he's on it, and he's brilliant. But when he's not on it, he looks like he's just stealing a living sometimes. Alan Thomas said, the stars all line up for Gordon. He ticks a lot of boxes. Yeah, and we also know that Liverpool were willing to do that deal last summer. So we know that the club have an interest in Anthony Gordon. Now, I don't know with the Malik Fofana stuff. If there's truth to that, that could be a masterstroke. I don't know if Edwards and Hughes have looked into the underlying numbers here and the data shows Malik Fofana to be a potential world beater in the future. I don't know enough about the kid to know that much. But Anthony Gordon, we do know that there's interest in the past there from Liverpool. 60% of you guys and girls said yes, you would take Anthony Gordon as a replacement for Luis Diaz. I agree, I would, but I think that percentage is probably right as well of where I am. 60% yes, 40% no, but let's wait and see what happens.